Hey there, David Hawkes here, Director of Sales Engineering over at Revenue.io, and I'm excited to speak with you about how Revenue.io can help your team meet and exceed pipeline and growth targets and make it much easier for new reps to ramp up to speed. In this two-part series, we're going to focus on two key areas, effectiveness and productivity. In part one, we'll focus on effectiveness using conversation or linguistic intelligence to boost sales performance in real time. We'll start by looking at the rep experience when making their prospect outreach. Before placing a call, reps typically have to waste a ton of time hunting and pecking around CRM for relevant bits of key information and historical context. The Revenue.io Communication Hub distills the key data that a rep needs to have a relevant conversation, such as this prospect's industry, intent score, intent topic, and the fact that they've engaged with some online content recently with this campaign. This rep knows exactly why they should speak with this prospect and what to speak about when they connect. But immediately they get hit with a competitor objection. Yeah, we've been working with big name competitor and I just want to understand how you compare to them. It's difficult, especially for new reps, to remember that training they had 2 weeks, 2 months, or even a year ago. So they fumble, and the conversation ends without getting a meeting. But with Revenue.io, the rep is armed with real-time guidance based on what is said, what is not said, and how it is said to guide a rep through every tricky micro moment in a conversation and get the result we want. Let's look at a couple more examples. Now let's say we're running a promotion to drive business in Q1. We want to make sure that reps are speaking about it in every conversation. Now in this call, the system has detected that the rep hasn't discussed the promotion by a certain point in time and automatically prompts them. As soon as they discuss it, the prompt disappears. Finally, this rep is known for having really long conversations with advisors, but they act more as a customer service rep than a seller, and they don't get many meetings. When the system recognizes they're in a conversation but not closing for that meeting, the system automatically reminds them to lock it down. This is how Revenue.io boosts sales performance with real-time call linguistic guidance in the moments that matter, detecting what is said, what is not said, and how it is said to maximize the chances that every call results in a positive outcome. Now let's look from the manager's viewpoint and how they can positively impact ramp time and effectiveness for every rep. And before we even look into tracking individual performance, we'll see how Revenue.io helps new reps get up to speed as quickly as possible. With conversation intelligence libraries, managers can help new reps by providing them with curated playlists of content about a range of different scenarios, removing the spray and pray approach to call shadowing and identifying best practice. They can listen to a call, read the transcript, and even see the manager's comments about what went really well. Now, when an internal rep hits the phones, our managers can be alerted to specific calls with specific outcomes where reps exhibit specific behaviors to help speed up onboarding and improve the chances of successful call outcomes. Here, our manager is identifying calls that went longer than 3 minutes, the rep didn't ask for a meeting, and the outcome of the call was unsuccessful. They can listen to the call and leave their coaching feedback. But what you've seen here is table stakes conversation linguistic intelligence. And this is where other tools stop. But what is the point in investing in a coaching platform if human beings forget 70% of new information in a week and 90% in 30 days without continual reinforcement? This just leads to wasted money and effort, weak adoption, and diminished ROI. With Revenue.io, we allow managers to provide those real-time guidance prompts that scale coaching to every single call. And how do we know if the rep is adhering to the coaching? Well, we can track the incidence of the notifications and how the reps respond to them, with green representing where the rep didn't need the coaching because they were following the prescribed behavior, amber that they followed the coaching prompt once it appeared, and red that it was completely ignored. And what about if they're mentioning specific keywords on a call? We want them to be discussing things in a certain way, specific features or promotions. Well, we can track this over time to see trends and patterns in what is being said. And how do we know if all this is being effective? Because Revenue.io automatically correlates those notifications with outcomes, so we can see the impacts that the real-time guidance is having on success, getting more meetings and generating more opportunities to drive growth and exceed targets. Thanks for watching this short demo of how Revenue.io boosts sales performance with real-time guidance. In part 2, we'll explore how Revenue.io will help you boost your sales productivity by improving connection rates, enabling reps to make more dials in less time, and automating activities.